Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, and we're going to talk about what makes Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition so successful. One of the elements that I think is often swept aside, it's often conveniently forgotten when a lot of people want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and that is what is a quintessential element of Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition success. It's American. It is... So Dungeons & Dragons was born in America in 1974. It has remained in America every single year. And Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, the most juggernaut tabletop role-playing game in the world right now. King of the Hill, not competing with a single other game in the hobby. Only competing with the entire tabletop role-playing game industry and usually kicking it into the dirt is Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, right? And one of the reasons for that is it is a quintessentially American, right? It is an American product. And for Dungeons & Dragons to continue to be successful, it must maintain its American flair because it is an original ingredient. It is a big, big reason why Dungeons & Dragons is popular. Okay, now I want to present some evidence here, right? So I was just reading some tech blogs, and they were talking about major trends of 2021, and they were saying big fish are now becoming small fish. Okay, and they presented a piece of evidence, which is one of the reasons why I'm going to say America matters. Right? There's this dialogue that America is not the number one country in the world. That's pure hogwash. America is king of the hill. We are king of the world, bar none. I'll give you a little bit of data. Right? UK, all right? The UK has their own UK television industry. The government owns the material they make, right? And so the British government makes content specifically targeted for their people right now in the most valuable demographic in the world. The UK viewers from 16 to 34, the one that advertisers actually care about because they're the future of our world, right? The most valuable demographic, they watch more American streamers. If you take their viewing for American streamers, Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, right? Hulu, Disney Plus, all American streamers. UK viewers between 16 to 34 watch more content from American streamers than they do the entire UK British television industry, and that content is made for nobody but them, right? It's all crumpets and bangers and mash, right? It's just for British people. It's hyper focused to them, and the British people are like the British, the most valuable demographic in Britain is like, nah, I'll take some American streamer stuff. Thank you. I know this was made by my people for me. It is specific to my, heritage. It's specific to who and what I am nationally. No, thank you. I'll take the American stuff. Red, white, and blue, American Eagle for me, right? And so this is the key. Dungeons & Dragons is fueled by the hyper-fast booster rocket of pure balled-out American capitalism, right? And you're like, Scott, I don't know if, Dungeons & Dragons is super American. It super is. Look at the dragons, right? The dragons will show you in their color, in the chromatic colors, that Dungeons & Dragons could not be more American. So first of all, you got the bald eagle dragons, right? You got the red dragon, the blue dragon, and the white dragon. What about the black and green? Well, Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition stays in the black by keeping the green flowing. That's American, right? That is American through and through. Profit through capitalism, profit through domination of your industry. Not just a single competitor here and there, but domination of the entire industry. That's America, right? And the blood that pumps through the veins of Dungeons & Dragons is red, white, and blue, right? That's the reality of it, right? And I'm very proud of our nation, and I really reject the idea that we have missed even a single step. We are still king of the world, right? March 2020 problem comes along, right? Who creates the jab in the arm that's needed to beat the March 2020? America does, right? I think they made like one vaccine over in the UK somewhere or something, but the big dog stuff the stuff that is wanted by every nation in the world, the patents that are needed, it's all American, right? When the world needed saving, America did it. Because balled out American capitalism creates real saving products like the jab in the arm everybody needed to beat the March 2020 problem, and exactly like the biggest, most powerful, best, number one tabletop role-playing game in the world, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It is through and through American bald eagle powered, right? That's it. Like, it's American, and it needs to stay American. One concern I do have, right? Hasbro owns Dungeons & Dragons. And if they ever come around to selling it, that would be one concern I would have. I think if you take Dungeons & Dragons out of America, you are essentially going to be cutting its Achilles tendon, right? It is not going to be able to run the way it's normally been able to run and perform. Its Americanism is essential to it. Dungeons & Dragons is essentially fully and should forever be fully American. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.